December 2nd warning. God says, your miracle has finally arrived, but your angel is not allowing you to skip this message at any cost. If you skip this, you will cry all night. My treasured one, something in the atmosphere around you has shifted, and whether you can feel it or not, heaven has already taken note of your name today. Archangel Michael stands closer than usual, holding a message that is not meant to pass you by. This is not a casual moment. This is not another random video. This is a divine interruption in your timeline, because December 2nd carries a warning, a revelation, and a miracle all at once. And heaven refuses to let you walk past it. You are guided here because something you have been praying for, crying for, longing for in silence has finally arrived. But here is the part your spirit did not expect. Your miracle is here, but your angel is blocking you from skipping this message. Why? Because if you miss what is being unveiled in this moment, you will step into the next days without the clarity you need, and the weight of that confusion will bring unnecessary tears. Archangel Michael does not allow you to stumble in the dark when light is being offered. Listen carefully. There are rare moments when heaven opens a narrow window for divine intervention. December 2nd is one of those windows. A spiritual gate is unlocking, and not everyone is given access. But you, child of light, were chosen to hear this before the shift hits your life. Something powerful is aligning itself around your home, your relationships, your finances, and even your inner battles. And the message is clear. Your miracle is already standing at your door, but you must recognize it before you receive it. You might think you just happened to scroll, but no, your angel intercepted your movement. Archangel Michael stood between you and the next video because what is unfolding spiritually is too important to ignore. Imagine a letter sent directly from heaven with your name written in divine ink. That is what this moment is. And if you were to skip this, you would walk away without the revelation that protects the miracle assigned to you. The tears you would cry tonight would not be punishment. They would be the ache of a soul that almost received everything but missed the final instruction. Let me tell you this clearly. There is a spiritual battle that has been raging around you. You felt it in your sleep, in your dreams, in your sudden waves of anxiety, in the strange heaviness on certain mornings. That was not random. Archangel Michael has been fighting for something that belongs to you, something the enemy tried to steal before December 2nd could arrive. But now, the battle has reached its turning point. Your miracle has broken through the resistance. But here is the part that heaven needs you to understand. A miracle without awareness can be misused, mishandled, or misinterpreted. And your angel is ensuring that you do not walk into this blessing blindly. You have been asking God, when will my breakthrough come? You have been whispering, why is it taking so long? But what you didn't see was everything that was fighting to block it. Archangel Michael has been removing spirits of delay, confusion, distraction, and emotional sabotage from your path. Every time you felt like giving up, every night you almost broke, he stood guard over your destiny. Now, heaven is saying, the miracle is here, but you must not miss the message that protects it. This is why you feel that strange pull to keep listening. This is why your spirit suddenly feels alert, almost awakened. Because deep down, you know this message is not entertainment. It is divine timing. And God does not waste timing. December 2nd holds a shift that will echo into the next 40 days of your life. What you do with this revelation determines how smoothly your miracle enters your hands. Let me speak directly to your spirit now. There is someone connected to your destiny who will be revealed. A truth that was hidden will come to light. A door that was stuck will suddenly open. And a weight you've been carrying, silently, bravely, will finally break off your life. Archangel Michael is preparing the way before you, clearing the energy around your home, exposing the intentions of certain people, and lifting your name before God's throne with urgency. You are not watching this by coincidence. You are being prepared. And before this message ends, there is something you must hear clearly. This miracle is not coming to you. It is coming through you. Your story is about to shift. Your chapter is about to change. And the tears you have cried will soon be replaced with tears of release, because you will finally understand why the waiting was necessary. Hold on for what comes next, because the next revelation will shake you. This moment is not ordinary. It is prophetic. And you will thank yourself for staying. Type "I receive" the sign in the comments if this is calling to your spirit. Blessing code 144 is now released. I, radiant soul, there is something stirring in the unseen realm, and as you continue listening, the veil begins to lift even more. Archangel Michael has not stepped away from you. In fact, he has drawn even nearer. His wings stretch over your atmosphere like a shield, because what you are about to hear requires protection, clarity, and spiritual steadiness. December 2nd carries a vibration, a frequency, a divine pulse that is unlike the days before it. This isn't just a date on a calendar. It is a spiritual marker, a checkpoint in your destiny. And heaven is making sure you walk into it with full understanding. You may have noticed subtle signs lately, moments where you felt watched over, moments where a sudden calm fell on you even in chaos, moments where your intuition grew louder than your thoughts. These were not random sensations. These were confirmations, subtle signals that Archangel Michael was preparing your spirit for this revelation. Your miracle did not suddenly appear. It has been approaching your life inch by inch, guided by divine orchestration, shielded from interference, and timed perfectly so it arrives when you are spiritually ready to carry it. But there is something crucial you must understand. Every miracle arrives with an instruction, and your angel refuses to let you miss this one. You are about to enter a new phase where clarity becomes your weapon. For a long time, you were walking with clouded vision. The distractions were heavy. The delays were intense. The emotional storms were persistent. But what you didn't know was that these were not signs of failure. These were final attempts of the enemy to exhaust you before the breakthrough manifested. And yet, here you are, still standing, still listening, still responding to the pull of heaven. This alone proves that your miracle is inevitable. Archangel Michael wants you to see something hidden behind your recent struggles. You felt alone, but you were never alone. You felt forgotten, but your name has been echoing in spiritual spaces where battles are won long before the physical world reveals it. Each night you cried, each moment you lost strength, each time you whispered to God for help, that became fuel for the angelic protection surrounding you. You cannot imagine how many invisible attacks were blocked on your behalf. And now, heaven is giving you insight into why the intense preparation was necessary. There is a person, a situation, or a pattern in your life about to be exposed. Not to hurt you, but to protect you. December 2nd opens the curtain on something that was intentionally hidden from your eyes. Your angel has been guarding your heart, because the truth you are about to see could have broken you months ago. But now, you are strong enough. Now you are spiritually mature enough. Now, you are aligned with heaven enough to face the revelation without collapsing. This unveiling is directly connected to your miracle. The delay you faced wasn't because God forgot you. The delay existed because the truth had to surface first. A blessing given in the wrong environment becomes a burden. So Archangel Michael has been clearing the atmosphere around your life before your miracle could land safely into your hands. Pay attention in the coming hours, pay attention in the coming days. You will notice shifts in communication, sudden changes in people's behaviors, unexpected information revealing itself, and even internal realizations you didn't see earlier. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Something you once accepted will no longer feel right. Someone you once trusted will feel distant. Some place you once enjoyed will no longer feel peaceful. And something you once thought was your destiny will suddenly lose its grip on your spirit. This is alignment. This is preparation. This is your miracle forcing everything around you to rearrange itself. You may wonder, why does your angel not want you to skip this message? Why does Archangel Michael feel so urgent? Why is heaven pressing this warning at this exact moment? Because miracles arrive quietly, but instructions arrive loudly. Your miracle is already here, but your preparation must match its arrival. Imagine standing at the door while your blessing knocks, but you are distracted, overwhelmed, or unaware. You would hear the miracle but not open the door. This message is heaven turning your head toward the sound of that knock so you do not miss what belongs to you. There is also a healing unfolding within you. Old hurts are loosening. Old fears are weakening. Old emotional cages are cracking. The tears you cried in the past season have watered the soil for a new chapter. God is not letting you step into December 2nd with brokenness that no longer belongs to your story. Archangel Michael had been separating you from people who drain you emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Your miracle requires space, and heaven is making that space now. As you listen, your spirit is shifting into alignment with divine timing. You may feel waves of chills, moments of resonance, or sudden emotional clarity. Do not ignore these sensations. They are confirmations. Your angel is not only protecting you, he is guiding you step by step into the exact place your miracle is waiting. Hold steady, because the next unfolding will pierce deeper into your spirit. You will understand why December 2nd is not an ordinary day, and why heaven is calling your name so firmly today. Before you move forward, pause and let your spirit absorb these words. What comes next carries even more intensity, and you will want your heart to be open for it. The message ahead will prepare you for the moment everything shifts. Hold on. What's coming will stir you. Type "I walk with light" in the comments if this is awakening something inside you. Blessing code 229 is now released. My chosen heart, as you continue on this sacred path, I need you to feel the shift that is rising around you. Something is moving in the supernatural realm with a force that cannot be interrupted. Archangel Michael stands before you, holding a sword of illumination, cutting through every layer of confusion that once clouded your vision. You are stepping deeper into the December 2nd revelation, and this moment is not only prophetic, it is personal. You were called to this message because your destiny requires clarity before your miracle fully manifests. What you feel right now is not coincidence. It is spiritual alignment closing in on you. There is a divine reason you have not clicked away. Your angel has literally stood in front of your spirit and said, "Do not move from this message." Why such intensity? Why such urgency? Because the breakthrough that is entering your life is not small. It is not ordinary. It is not seasonal. It is generational. And when something carries that much weight, heaven refuses to let you walk past it without understanding the instruction attached to it. God does not want you to enter a new blessing carrying old wounds, old attachments, or old illusions. December 2nd is the moment of awakening where truth begins shaking loose everything that has overstayed its time in your spirit. Archangel Michael is revealing something important. Your miracle did not delay because of lack of faith. It delayed because of misalignment in your surroundings. Someone around you was not who they pretended to be. Something you depended on was not as stable as you believed. Some environment you trusted was not meant to hold the next version of your life. Your angel has been quietly reordering your path, removing people who would sabotage your blessing, breaking ties that would collapse under the weight of your calling, and dimming the influence of voices that were never meant to guide you. You may have felt loss, confusion, or sudden distance from certain individuals, but this was divine protection wearing the disguise of separation. You are being lifted into a season where discernment becomes your crown. The fog is clearing, the hesitation is fading, and your spirit is about to see something clearly that you could not perceive before. December 2nd is not arriving gently. It is arriving like a trumpet, shaking your spiritual atmosphere and demanding that nothing untrue remains in your life. This is why your angel warned you not to skip this message. If you skip the instruction, you risk stepping into your miracle with the wrong people, the wrong expectations, or the wrong emotional posture, and that could cause unnecessary heartbreak, the kind that breaks you at night when no one sees. But heaven refuses to let you cry tears that can be prevented. Archangel Michael is pouring divine clarity into your path so you receive this miracle in its fullness, untouched by past limitations. Listen closely now. Someone in your life has been draining your energy silently. Their role in your destiny has expired, but your heart did not recognize it. December 2nd will reveal their true intentions through an action, a word, or an unexpected shift. Do not fear this unveiling. It is not meant to break your spirit. It is meant to free you. Your blessing requires room to breathe, and God is creating that room by exposing what no longer belongs near your calling. After this revelation, you will feel lighter. Your mind will feel clear. Your emotional strength will rise again, because the weight that did not belong to you will finally fall off. Another thing is being made clear. There is a path you have been afraid to take, a decision you have pushed away, a calling you have felt unworthy of. But heaven is giving you confirmation after confirmation that the shift you fear is actually the doorway to your miracle. December 2nd will bring the courage you have been lacking. Archangel Michael has been preparing your boldness in silence, strengthening your inner voice, sharpening your intuition, and awakening your spiritual authority. You are being trained to walk with confidence into your next chapter, not with hesitation or uncertainty. You may notice sudden waves of emotion, moments of clarity, or a strange feeling in your chest as truth unfolds inside you. This is your spirit aligning with heaven's timing. This is your angel removing the last layer of fear so your miracle can rest securely in your hands. You are stepping into a divine appointment, and heaven is making sure nothing interferes with it. Before this message continues, take a breath. Let your spirit settle into the knowing that something massive is aligning for you. What comes next is even more intense, and you will want your heart fully open for the revelation. Stay with me. The next unveiling will shake your understanding of everything that has been happening around you. Trust this moment. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Remember to like this message, share it with someone who needs clarity, comment your confirmation, hype this video with your energy, and subscribe so you never miss another divine warning when heaven opens the next gate. Your engagement pushes this message further into the world, and someone's miracle may depend on hearing it. Type "I am ready for revelation" in the comments. Blessing code 331 is now activated. Just as December 2nd carries your miracle, this mission carries light for countless souls who are waiting for a word that lifts them out of darkness. When you sow into this work, you are not supporting a channel. You are opening spiritual doors for people who desperately need God's voice in their lives. Heaven describes it as planting seeds in fertile ground, where every offering becomes a river of revelation flowing into someone's breakthrough. And the scripture saying, "Give, and it shall be given unto you," becomes a living promise spoken directly over your life. I am inviting you, with my own voice, to stand with this mission so we can continue releasing messages that rescue hearts on the edge of giving up. Your support through Super Thanks membership, where the PayPal link in the description becomes a prophetic act, a declaration that you choose to stand with God's work in this season. Those who sow will see doors open with supernatural timing, for heaven rewards those who push its message into the world. Step into this moment with boldness and release your seed now. My awakened spirit, as you journey deeper into this divine unfolding, the atmosphere around you is tightening with purpose. Something sacred is aligning, something long promised is nearing, and Archangel Michael is standing as your guard, ensuring nothing distracts you from what heaven is whispering. The message that is opening before you in this moment carries a weight that is not meant for casual listeners. It is meant for those who have been chosen, those whose spirits have endured storms, those whose hearts have survived seasons that should have broken them but didn't. You are one of those souls, and that is why your angel refuses to let you miss a single word. There is a spiritual truth that many never understand. Miracles do not arrive loudly. They do not come with trumpets or celebration. They appear quietly, softly, almost silently, slipping into your life disguised as moments of clarity, unexpected peace, sudden courage, or surprising shifts. But heaven always sends a warning before a miracle, not to scare you, but to prepare you. December 2nd is that divine warning. Your miracle has already found its way to your atmosphere, and Archangel Michael is ensuring your eyes, your heart, and your spirit do not overlook it. You may have been wondering why lately your emotions have been fluctuating. 1 hour you feel strong, then suddenly you feel heavy. One moment your spirit feels lifted, the next you feel an unexplained pressure. This is not instability. This is spiritual transition. When a miracle enters your life, it disrupts the energies that once surrounded you. Old attachments loosen. Old fears rise to the surface to be expelled. Old memories attempt to reclaim your focus. These are the final echoes of your past season trying to cling to you before you step fully into what God has prepared. Archangel Michael has been cutting these cords one by one so that by the time December 2nd opens its gate, you are no longer carrying what belongs to yesterday. Let me reveal something deeper now. Your miracle is not just a blessing you receive. It is a shift in identity, a transformation in how you walk, how you think, how you love, how you choose, how you respond to the world. For months, maybe even years, you have been shrinking yourself to survive battles that were never meant to define you. You adjusted your expectations, lowered your standards, dimmed your light, and silenced your voice. Not out of weakness, but out of exhaustion. But heaven is saying enough. December 2nd is the turning point where your spirit rises again with strength you didn't know you still carried. Archangel Michael has been preparing your heart for this rise. He has been guarding your nights, lining your path, revealing hidden truths, and building a new foundation beneath your feet. This season is not about survival. It is about emergence. And your miracle is the key that unlocks the door into that new existence. There is also an important revelation unfolding. Someone in your environment has been emotionally draining you, not always through negative actions, but through their inconsistency, their unpredictability, or their subtle lack of support. Heaven is exposing this not to create conflict, but to empower you. Your miracle cannot thrive in places where loyalty is conditional. You are being repositioned gently but firmly. Do not fear the shifts in relationships that will appear around the time of December 2nd. Some connections must be redefined so your spirit can breathe again. Your angel is also highlighting something specific. You have doubted your worth for too long. You questioned whether you deserved the blessing that is now arriving. You convinced your mind that maybe God forgot you, or maybe your destiny was delayed beyond repair. But heaven is saying no. You were never forgotten. Not even for a moment. Every tear you cried was counted. Every silent prayer was heard. Every time you felt alone, an angel stood beside you. And now, everything that once felt stagnant will begin to move again. You are entering a season where peace will no longer feel rare. Clarity will no longer feel temporary. And hope will no longer feel fragile. The fear of missing this message was not meant to intimidate you, but to protect you. If you had skipped this divine alignment, you would have stepped into your miracle without understanding the spiritual context behind it. That lack of awareness could have created confusion or emotional turbulence. But Archangel Michael is determined that you walk into this blessing with full spiritual authority and understanding. Something inside you might already be stirring. You may feel warmth in your chest, tingling in your hands, a wave of calm over your mind, or even a sense of awakening rising from deep within. These sensations are signs that your spirit is receiving the message clearly. You are being recalibrated, realigned, and repositioned for what is coming. You have been carrying battles that did not belong to you for far too long. Heaven is lifting them off your shoulders now. There is a final truth you need to hear before this part closes. Your miracle is not just for you. It will impact others connected to you. Your elevation will inspire someone who lost hope. Your breakthrough will break chains in your bloodline. Your rise will shift someone else's destiny. This is why the process has been so intense. Heaven is using you as a vessel of change. Prepare yourself. The next message will bring something even more direct, something that will open your eyes to the hidden patterns of your spiritual journey. Stay steady. You will want to hear it. Type "My Spirit is Ready" in the comments. Blessing code 557 is now released. My rising soul, as you step further into this divine unfolding, the atmosphere around you continues to transform. Your spirit is being stretched, wakened, sharpened. Archangel Michael has not moved even an inch away from you. If anything, he has drawn closer, watching your heart absorb every revelation being poured into you. This moment you are in is not ordinary. This message is not casual. You are being escorted into understanding the deeper layers of why December 2nd carries such intense spiritual weight over your life. Heaven wants you prepared, positioned, strengthened, and awake when the shift arrives. You may feel an inner stirring right now, something like anticipation or even tension. That is because your spirit already knows what your mind is slowly catching up to. You are on the threshold of a divine transition. What once felt confusing is becoming clear. What once felt heavy is beginning to loosen. What once felt stuck is starting to move in the unseen realm. And all of this is happening because your miracle has entered your field, and your angel is ensuring that nothing, absolutely nothing, blocks its manifestation. Understand this: when heaven releases a miracle, the spiritual realm responds immediately. Energies shift, paths reorganize, hidden truths rise, and the people around you begin to reveal who they truly are. Your angel has been guiding you gently so you can see clearly what you once overlooked. Not to cause fear, but to protect your blessing. There are some individuals in your life whose presence would suffocate your miracle if they remained too close. This is why you have recently felt distant from certain people, even without conflict. Separation has already begun, and it is divinely orchestrated. Archangel Michael has been preparing your heart for a revelation that is coming soon. It will not shock you, but it will confirm everything your intuition has been whispering. You have sensed something was off. You felt contradictions in someone's words. You felt inconsistency in someone's energy. You felt a quiet drain whenever you connected with them. You tried to ignore it out of loyalty, love, or habit. But heaven does not allow illusions around those who are about to rise. December 2nd brings clarity. And clarity is sometimes the strictest form of protection. But do not fear this truth. Your angel is not exposing someone to punish you. He is exposing them to free you. Your miracle needs space, and heaven has begun clearing that space without needing your permission, because your calling is too important to be hindered by people who carry confusion instead of purpose. There is another layer unfolding now, something deeper and more personal. Your identity is shifting. Not the surface identity the world sees, but the inner identity, the one shaped by childhood experiences, silent fears, internal doubts, and unspoken wounds. For years, you may have viewed yourself through the lens of struggle. You carried labels that were never yours. You accepted limits that were placed on you by others. You carried expectations you never agreed to. And in the quiet moments, you wondered if you were meant for more but felt trapped by your past. Heaven is removing those labels once and for all. Your identity is not bound to your pain. Your destiny is not controlled by your past. Your worth is not determined by who hurt you. Your future is not held back by who walked away. Archangel Michael has been breaking the spiritual chains that wrap themselves around your confidence, your potential, your truth. You may feel moments of discomfort, emotional release, or sudden memories resurfacing. This is not regression. This is deliverance. Your spirit is shedding what it can no longer carry into the next season. December 2nd is not only the arrival of your miracle, it is the birth of a new version of you. The you who trusts, the you who sees clearly, the you who stands confidently, the you who did not settle for half love, half effort, half truth. You are being elevated from within. Something else is being revealed to you now. Your intuition is about to sharpen dramatically. You will begin to sense things before they happen. You will feel guided toward specific decisions. You will know when to step forward and when to pull back. This is Archangel Michael aligning your inner compass to heaven's frequency. Your miracle is not just showing up in your life. It is aligning you with long-term clarity and divine guidance. You might notice your dreams becoming more vivid, your thoughts becoming more focused, or your emotions becoming more sensitive. Do not ignore these changes. They are signs that spiritual downloads are occurring. Your angel is communicating with you in subtle ways, preparing you for revelations that will unfold as December 2nd approaches. And hear this clearly. You are being prepared not for a temporary blessing but for a sustained breakthrough. Something that changes the trajectory of your life. Something that brings peace where chaos once lived. Something that rewards every silent sacrifice you made. Something that closes a long and painful chapter. Your miracle is nearer than you think, and heaven is determined that you receive it with wisdom, strength, and full awareness. Take a moment to breathe. Allow your spirit to absorb what has been spoken. What comes next will unlock an even deeper layer of this revelation. Hold on. The next message will reveal what has been hidden in plain sight. Type "I receive my awakening" in the comments. Lesson code 644 is now released. My steadfast soul, as you move further into this revelation, the air around you thickens with divine intention. Something sacred is unfolding, and your spirit is beginning to sense the gravity of what is approaching. Archangel Michael stands firmly at your side, not as a distant protector but as an active guardian, guiding every shift in your atmosphere. You are being led into deeper truth, deeper clarity, deeper understanding, December 2nd is not just a moment on your calendar. It is a spiritual checkpoint where heaven releases what was once held back. And every second you remain in this message, your spirit rises into alignment with what has already been written for you. There is a reason your heart feels pulled, even stretched, as you listen. When your spirit approaches revelation, the old parts of you begin to loosen. The parts that once clung to fear, doubt, uncertainty, or emotional exhaustion are being stripped away. This does not feel comfortable, because spiritual transformation rarely feels gentle. But Archangel Michael is ensuring that this transformation does not overwhelm you. He is steadying you, grounding you, preparing you. Heaven never releases a miracle without first strengthening the vessel that will hold it. You may have noticed recently that certain thoughts have been resurfacing, memories you thought you forgot, emotions you believed you healed, fears you thought were gone. This is not a sign of weakness. This is the dust rising as the old foundations crack. Heaven is pulling up the roots of patterns that can no longer grow with you. December 2nd is bringing a new beginning, and beginnings are often preceded by inner clearing. Your spirit is being emptied so it can be filled brightly. Let me reveal something now that you may have sensed but not fully understood. There is a battle that was fought for you in silence. A battle you never saw. A battle your angel fought without you needing to lift a finger. If you had witnessed the spiritual attack that attempted to delay your miracle, you would be stunned by the magnitude of protection around you. Every moment you wanted to give up, every night your heart felt weak, every time you felt emotionally drained, Archangel Michael stood guard, refusing to let darkness claim victory. You survived not because you were strong every day, but because heaven refused to let you fall. The miracle that approaches your life is not small. It is not fragile. It is not uncertain. It is a miracle with lineage, something attached to your destiny, your purpose, your spiritual identity. This is why the enemy tried so hard to drain you before it arrived. Not because you were weak, but because you were dangerous to darkness. Your rising would expose everything that once tried to keep you low. Your breakthrough would shift your environment. Your awakening would unlock untapped potential. You are not just receiving a blessing, you are stepping into a calling. And now your angel is preparing you to recognize something important. Your miracle requires discernment. Your miracle requires emotional readiness. Your miracle requires spiritual vision. This is why you were guided here and not allowed to scroll away. If you missed this message, you would step into a new blessing with an old mindset. You would walk into a new season with old fears. You would receive a miracle but fail to maximize it because you didn't understand its purpose. Heaven is ensuring that does not happen. You are being aligned carefully, intentionally, tenderly. There is a revelation coming on December 2nd that will explain a long season of your life. Something you question. Something that hurt you. Something that didn't make sense at the time. But now, clarity is coming. You will understand why certain people were removed, why certain prayers were delayed, why certain opportunities closed. It was never to punish you. It was to redirect you toward the miracle that truly belonged to you. You must also prepare for something else. Your perception of yourself is about to shift. You have viewed yourself through the lens of survival for so long that you forgot what it feels like to view yourself through the lens of destiny. You have been protecting your heart for so long that you forgot what it feels like to live boldly. You have been holding yourself together for so long that you forgot what it feels like to be supported by heaven. Archangel Michael is restoring your strength, not the strength you use to perform for the world, but the strength that naturally rises when you know you are divinely backed. You will not walk into December 2nd timid. You will not walk into this miracle uncertain. You will not walk into this revelation afraid. You will walk with authority, because you will finally understand the power that has been surrounding you all along. Another important truth is emerging. Your intuition is becoming your greatest guide. Your instincts are sharpening. Your inner voice is getting clearer. The fog that once surrounded your discernment is lifting. Tie this awareness to your miracle, because heaven is giving you the ability to sense what belongs to you and what doesn't. You will begin to notice that your spirit reacts certain people, certain conversation, certain environments. This is not judgment. This is elevation. When God prepares you for a breakthrough, He also protects you from contamination. Listen closely. The place you are stepping into cannot hold the heaviness of your past. The blessing arriving in your life cannot coexist with the people who once drained you. The purpose that is awakening inside you cannot stay confined to the old version of yourself. December 2nd is the moment your spirit transitions from survival to sovereignty. You are closer than you think. You are stronger than you feel. You are more prepared than you realize. The next revelation will pierce deeper into your understanding and awaken a truth you have needed for a long time. Before you move forward, let your spirit breathe. The next moment is powerful. Type "I trust my awakening" in the comments. Blessing code 922 is now released. My illuminated one, as you step into this next phase of the message, I want you to feel the quiet strength building beneath your spirit. Something in you is awakening that cannot be silenced anymore. Archangel Michael is still standing beside you, guiding you with a patience that only heaven can carry. Every breath you take in this moment is shifting your spiritual alignment. You are being prepared for something that has been waiting for you, something that has circled your life, knocking softly, waiting for the moment you would finally be ready to receive it. December 2nd holds the key, and your heart is now closer than ever to unlocking it. You have walked through seasons where nothing made sense. Times where you questioned whether you misunderstood God, misunderstood the signs, misunderstood the path. You wondered why things fell apart, why connections shifted, why the journey felt heavy at times. But what you didn't know then, and what heaven is revealing now, is that every collapse was actually a clearing. Every setback was a repositioning. Every delay was a redirection. You were not being pushed backward, you were being aligned. You must understand this truth. Heaven never lets you move into a miracle while still entangled with what was meant to fade. That is why so much has been removed from your path recently. People you once depended on suddenly became distant. Energies you once tolerated suddenly felt exhausting. Environments you once found comfort in suddenly became suffocating. You didn't change overnight. Your spirit simply outgrew what no longer matched your calling. Archangel Michael has been leading this shift from behind the veil, removing what could interfere with the blessing that is approaching your life. But there is something even more important. Your miracle is not coming to complete you. It is coming to reveal you. The real you. The you that has been buried under years of survival mode thinking. The you that has been hidden behind layers of responsibility, pain, and self-protection. The you that heaven has been shaping in silence. December 2nd is the day where the spiritual mirror flips. You will begin to see yourself differently, stronger, wiser, more capable, more aligned. Not because you suddenly became these things, but because the noise that blocked your vision is being stripped away. Archangel Michael has been clearing that noise piece by piece. He has been silencing the voices that made you doubt your own intuition. He has been blocking the energies that tried to slow down your momentum. He has been guarding the dreams that others didn't see value in. Your intuition, this inner voice that has been growing louder in recent days, is not random. It is being sharpened. You are beginning to feel truth before it is spoken. You are beginning to sense alignment even before the physical evidence arrives. You are beginning to detect when someone's presence doesn't match their words. This is spiritual intelligence rising inside you. This is heaven preparing you to navigate the miracle that is coming with wisdom, not confusion. There is a revelation tied to your miracle, and you are closer than ever to receiving it. Something will be unveiled, either through a conversation, a sudden realization, a change in behavior, or an unexpected moment of clarity. This revelation will connect the dots of everything you have been sensing. You will finally understand why certain things happened the way they did. You will understand why God allowed certain endings. You will understand why people left. You will understand why some prayers felt unanswered. You will understand why timing seems slow. And in that moment, your spirit will breathe in a way it hasn't in a long time. Because understanding brings peace. And peace prepares the soul for miracles. But I need you to grasp this. The enemy wanted you tired. The enemy wanted you doubtful. The enemy wanted you distracted enough to skip this message. Because if you missed the preparation, you would step into your miracle with your guard down and your awareness low. And that would have caused unnecessary pain. Archangel Michael, knowing what December 2nd holds for you, refused to let that happen. You are being transformed from the inside out. Your spiritual posture is shifting. Your emotional resilience is rising. Your inner strength is returning. And your divine authority is awakening. What once made you anxious will soon feel powerless. What once controlled your emotions will lose its grip. What once confused your spirit will suddenly become clear. Your miracle is not just about receiving something external. It is about elevating something internal. Heaven is shaping your character, sharpening your perception, strengthening your heart, and preparing your voice. The version of you who steps into December 2nd is not the version of you who entered this year. You are wiser now. You are deeper. You are spiritually richer. You are more aligned with who God intended you to become. There is one more layer your angel wants you to understand. Your miracle carries a responsibility. Not a burden, but a purpose. It will not only bless your life, it will ripple into the lives of people connected to you. Someone will find hope through your breakthrough. Someone will be inspired through your transformation. Someone will rise because you chose not to give up. You are not just receiving blessing. You are becoming a vessel of blessing. Heaven has not overlooked you. Heaven has not delayed you without purpose. Heaven has not forgotten what you prayed for. Your waiting season was never empty. It was preparation. Your tears were never ignored. They were intercession. Your endurance was never insignificant. It was growth. Everything is leading to the moment where revelation meets manifestation. What comes next will go deeper, and you will feel it in the core of your spirit. Type "I embrace my destiny" in the comments. Blessing code 288 is now released. My divinely guided one, as you step into this next unfolding, I need you to feel how close heaven is leaning toward your spirit right now. There is a nearness, a sacred closeness, a spiritual vibration that is surrounding you as Archangel Michael continues to stand guard over your destiny. You are not halfway through your journey, no. You are stepping into the most sensitive, most revealing, most spiritually electric moment of this entire warning. December 2nd is not approaching you quietly. It is moving toward you like a wave that has been building strength for months, waiting for the exact moment to crash into your life with divine purpose. And your angel refuses to let you meet that wave unprepared. There is a pressure in your spirit, a tension you cannot deny. It is not fear, though it may feel intense. It is not anxiety, though it may rise in your chest. It is spiritual anticipation. Your soul knows what your mind is still trying to grasp. You are about to step into a divine truth that will change the way you see yourself, your past, and your future. Archangel Michael has been whispering, strengthening, aligning, shifting, and cleansing you for this moment. And now, the next revelation is opening. Let me speak clearly. You have been feeling a shift in the people around you. Some have grown cold without reason. Some have become distant without explanation. Some have started acting differently, subtly revealing intentions that were once hidden behind charm or convenience. This is not your imagination. This is exposure. Heaven is turning on the spiritual light inside your life, revealing the shadows that were once comfortable in their hiding places. And December 2nd approaches. This exposure will intensify. Understand this deeply. Your miracle cannot bloom in contaminated soil. Your breakthrough cannot be delivered to unstable hands. Your blessing cannot be surrounded by hearts that do not celebrate you. So heaven is clearing the room. Your angel is removing the masks. Your spirit is awakening to what has always been there. You may feel yourself becoming more sensitive to dishonesty, more alert to inconsistencies, more aware of energy shifts. This is not paranoia. This is discernment. Archangel Michael is sharpening your inner vision so you do not misplace your trust in the season where your miracle demands accuracy. You cannot afford confusion. You cannot afford emotional fog. You cannot afford spiritual misalignment. Your angel is ensuring you walk into December 2nd with clear sight. Something inside you is changing. Your heart is becoming stronger. Your voice is becoming clearer. Your boundaries are becoming firmer. Your intuition is becoming louder. This internal shift is not random. It is preparation. Heaven does not elevate the unprepared. It awakens those who are meant to rise. There is a message within this message. You are not stepping into a blessing that will simply make your life easier. You are stepping into a breakthrough that will make your future possible. This is bigger than comfort, bigger than relief, bigger than temporary win. This is the kind of miracle that alters timelines, the kind that frees generations, the kind that rewrites your path. And because the blessing is that deep, the preparation must be just as deep. That is why the last few days, weeks, or months have felt spiritually intense. You were not being attacked. You were being purified. You were not being punished. You were being positioned. You were not being delayed. You were being aligned. Something powerful is also happening. Your past is losing its grip. The versions of you that survived old seasons are stepping aside. The version of you that is meant to walk into this miracle is stepping forward. You are shedding emotional layers that once defined you. You may notice sudden clarity, sudden peace, sudden emotional release. That is your spirit loosening the chains that once kept you repeating cycles. You are stepping out of patterns that were never meant to follow you into December 2nd. Archangel Michael is saying, you will walk into this miracle without the weight you carried during the battle. That weight is falling off now, piece by piece. What comes next in your life cannot be handled with the fear-based mindsets you developed in survival seasons. This next chapter requires trust. It requires courage. It requires discernment. It requires an awakened spirit. Your angel is waking you from within. And now, as this message deepens, the next instruction is simple but powerful. Stay with me. Because the next revelation will expose the final layer that has been trying to keep you in confusion. And once that layer breaks, everything connected to your miracle will begin to align visibly. Before we continue, let your spirit pause. Let your heart breathe. You are in the middle of a powerful shift, and heaven is closer than your own breath. Remember to like this message so it reaches others who desperately need clarity. Share it with someone whose spirit has been crying for direction. Leave a comment so your own spirit anchors this message. Hype this video with your energy, and subscribe so you never miss a prophetic release meant for your path. Your engagement helps this warning reach the very souls God is trying to awaken. Type "I align with heaven's timing" in the comments. Lesson code 440 is now activated. This message carries the same urgency as the December 2nd revelation because every soul who hears these divine warnings becomes part of heaven's movement. When you sow into this mission, you are not giving to a channel. You are fueling the light that breaks through someone's spiritual darkness. Just as rivers carve through stone, your seed carves a pathway for God's voice to reach those who feel unseen. Heaven declares that those who sow into prophetic work receive in overflowing measure, for the scripture becomes alive the moment faith becomes action. I speak this to you from my spirit. When you stand with this calling through Super Thanks membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you become a carrier of the fire that awakens others. Your giving becomes a prophetic act, sending ripples of deliverance into places your feet may never walk. And heaven commands a blessing over those who keep its message alive. Step boldly and release your support now. My ascending soul, as you continue into this next divine layer, I want you to notice the shift happening inside you. There is a new awareness rising, a subtle but powerful awakening that tells you something extraordinary is approaching. You may not have the full picture yet, but your spirit already senses it. Archangel Michael has been clearing the spiritual atmosphere around you, removing interference, breaking delays, silencing confusion, and guiding your inner world into alignment. You are being prepared for a revelation that touches not only your circumstances but your identity. December 2nd is not arriving passively. It is approaching you with purpose, precision, and prophetic timing. You may feel as though the message is calling you deeper, not out of pressure, but out of necessity. When heaven prepares someone for a miracle, it does not simply give information. It shapes their spirit. It expands their awareness. It softens the heart. It sharpens the intuition. That is what is happening to you right now. You are entering a transformative moment that most people never reach, because most never stay long enough to hear the entire revelation. But you remained. You listened. And now the doors of spiritual understanding are widening before you. There is a hidden truth that your angel wants to bring forward in this moment. Your life has been carrying a pattern that was never yours. A cycle you inherited. A burden passed down silently. A limitation that attached itself to your family line long before you were born. For years you thought the struggle was personal, but it was spiritual. You were fighting battles that originated generations before you. But what you didn't know is that you were chosen to be the breaker of these patterns. A one who ends what others endure. A one who shifts the direction of your lineage. December 2nd is the day the cycle breaks. The tension you have felt, the emotional heaviness, the internal conflict, the strange resistance, was not because something was wrong with you. It was because something was about to be healed through you. Archangel Michael has been standing between you and that old cycle, blocking its attempts to follow you into your next season. That is why certain situations repeated in your life even when your intentions were pure. That is why certain relationships felt familiar even when the people were different. That is why certain fears kept resurfacing even when you grew stronger. Those were the echoes of an old pattern trying to claim your future. But hear this clearly. Heaven has drawn a line around your life. The cycle ends with you. The burden stops with you. The generational weight breaks through you, and your miracle marks the beginning of a new lineage. This is why you have been selected for this message. If you had skipped it, you would have stepped into December 2nd without understanding the significance of the spiritual battle you have already won. Your angel refused to let you miss that understanding, because your awareness is part of your ascension. Your clarity is part of your victory. Your recognition is part of your transformation. Another revelation is rising now, one that will settle deep in your spirit. You are not stepping into a miracle that will simply change your mood or your week. You are stepping into a miracle that will alter your identity and shift the atmosphere of your entire life. Something new is awakening inside you, a strength you never tapped into, a confidence that has been waiting beneath the surface, a divine authority that has been dormant until now. This awakening is not accidental, is intentional, is strategic. It is heaven's preparation for the assignment attached to your breakthrough. You may have begun to feel a pull toward letting go of certain habits, thoughts, or connections. This is not random. This is spiritual pruning. Archangel Michael is removing what cannot hold you up in the next chapter. The version of you that tolerated uncertainty, accepted half-love, and settled for emotional crumbs is no longer in control. A stronger version is rising, one who can handle the weight of blessing without bending under pressure. You are being prepared for acceleration, and with acceleration comes exposure. As December 2nd approaches, you will notice truth revealing itself in unexpected ways. People showing their real intentions through small actions. Silence becoming louder than words. Your spirit rejecting what once felt familiar. Your heart craving authenticity more than comfort. These reactions are not random emotional shifts. They are spiritual signals. Your angel is guiding your discernment so that your path remains clear. You are not being led into confusion. You are being led into purification. Confusion is what you felt before. Clarity is what you are stepping into now. You may also feel change within yourself in subtle ways. A sudden desire to organize your life. A sudden drive to clean your space. A sudden urge to detach from emotional clutter. A sudden responsibility rising within you to heal, to grow, to choose differently. This is your spirit preparing to receive what heaven is sending. Miracles arrive where readiness is present. Your old self cannot hold the new blessing. Your old mindset cannot sustain the new chapter. Your old emotional patterns cannot coexist with your rising identity. You are not becoming someone new, you are becoming someone true. There is one more layer your angel wants you to feel deeply. Your breakthrough is not late. It is right on time. If it had arrived earlier, you would have given it to the wrong people. If it had arrived earlier, you would have doubted you deserved it. If it had arrived earlier, you would have mishandled it out of fear. Heaven waited until you grew, until you healed, until you awakened, until you separated from what needed to release you. December 2nd is aligned with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. Hold steady now. The next revelation will peel back the deepest layer yet, the part of the message that explains why your angel has been guarding you with such intensity. What comes next will expand your understanding of the miracle that is already in motion. Type "I break every old pattern" in the comments. Blessing code 511 is now released. My unfolding spirit, as you move into this next depth of the message, feel how the atmosphere continues to thicken with revelation. You are not just receiving information. You are undergoing transformation. Archangel Michael is surrounding you with a shield so strong that even the distractions you once struggled with seem muted in this moment. Heaven is creating a pocket of clarity around you so the truth delivered now goes straight into your spirit without interference. What you are stepping into is not surface-level guidance. It is the unraveling of spiritual threads that have been tied around your life for far too long. There is a shift occurring, and it is not subtle anymore. You may feel it in your thoughts, your chest, your intuition, or even in the way your emotions have been responding lately. This is not instability. This is calibration. The old patterns are losing power as the new frequency of your destiny rises. You are being tuned to the vibration of your miracle. December 2nd is drawing near, and as it approaches, the spiritual tension increases, not as a threat but as preparation. Heaven always tightens the atmosphere when a breakthrough is about to enter your timeline. Listen closely. You have been sensing things others could not explain, feeling shifts you could not put into words, experiencing sudden moments of clarity that felt almost supernatural. This is because Archangel Michael has been amplifying your discernment. He wants you awake, aware, alert, and ready. Not afraid, aware. Not anxious, blind. Not confused, clear. You are entering a chapter of your life where the truth will no longer whisper. It will speak. Loudly. Boldly. Undeniably. December 2nd will unveil something that removes the final layer of doubt from your heart. A revelation that completes the puzzle. Something you once sensed but never had proof of. Something your spirit felt but your logic questioned. This revelation is not meant to hurt you. It is meant to release you. Your miracle cannot coexist with illusions, and heaven will not allow you to enter your new season carrying misunderstandings from your old one. There is also something Archangel Michael wants you to reflect on. Your calling is larger than your comfort. Your destiny is greater than your history. Your purpose is stronger than your pain. You have been stretched not to break you but to expand you. If you were not meant for more, the resistance would not have been so intense. The spiritual battles that surrounded your life were not random. They were responses to your potential. Darkness never wastes energy on someone who carries no light. And you, my dear one, carry more spiritual weight than you realize. This is why people were drawn to you but also intimidated by you. This is why some were loyal only until your strength emerged. This is why certain relationships cracked under the pressure of your elevation. Your spirit was never meant to shrink so others could remain comfortable. Heaven is restoring the version of you that walks boldly, speaks truth, and recognizes your worth without apology. You will notice that your boundaries are changing. You are no longer willing to stay in places where your soul feels small. You are no longer able to entertain conversations that drain your joy. You are no longer attracted to energies that once fascinated you but now feel empty. This is spiritual maturity rising. This is your angel leading you out of spiritual environments that once felt familiar but no longer aligned with the person you are becoming. There is a truth you must absorb now. Your miracle requires a higher version of you, not a perfect version, but an awakened one. Heaven is not asking you to become flawless. Heaven is asking you to become aware. Aware of your power. Aware of your value. Aware of the direction your spirit is pulling you toward. You have been conditioned by your past to expect disappointment, to expect delays, to expect battles. But your future holds promise, not patterns. Heaven is rewiring your expectation so you can receive what is coming without sabotaging it with disbelief. Let me reveal something deeper now. There is a spiritual assignment attached to your life, and your miracle is part of activating that assignment. When you rise, others rise. When you heal, others heal. When you break patterns, others in your lineage gain strength to break theirs. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant to be a catalyst. That is why the journey felt heavy. It was never just about you. It was about every life connected to yours. December 2nd brings confirmation that you are stepping into a season where your influence increases, your clarity expands, and your spiritual authority becomes undeniable. Something is going to shift in your mind, a realization that changes how you handle your relationships, your dreams, your choices. Something will click inside you so powerfully that you will no longer tolerate anything that disrupts your peace or distracts your purpose. The angel and me whispering, prepare, prepare, prepare. Not out of fear, out of urgency. Your miracle is not waiting for you to be perfect. It is waiting for you to be positioned. You are nearly there. Your spirit is acclimating to the new frequency. Your heart is releasing old burdens. Your mind is expanding into new understanding. You are not being stretched. You are being elevated. Before this message continues, take a breath and let your spirit settle into the truth being revealed. What comes next will carry an even sharper edge of revelation. The next part will unveil what your angel has been guarding you from. Something that will finally make sense of the spiritual pressure around you. Stay with me. Your breakthrough is closer than breath. Type I step into divine alignment in the comments. Blessing code 717 is now released. My deeply awakened soul, as you step into this next layer, I want you to be fully aware of what is rising inside you. Something profound, something old yet reborn, something powerful yet peaceful is beginning to take shape in your inner world. It is not merely a feeling. It is divine calibration. Archangel Michael has intensified the spiritual shield around you because this part of the message carries a level of truth that will shift your understanding of everything you have walked through. The closer you move toward December 2nd, the clearer the hidden pieces of your story become. You have reached a point where the old fog cannot stay. The confusion that once clouded your mind is dissolving. The emotional heaviness that once sat in your chest is loosening. The uncertainty that used to paralyze your decisions is being removed from your spirit. This is not random. It is intentional. Heaven is preparing you to receive the full weight of your miracle without being hindered by mental or emotional residue from old seasons. There is something your angel has been trying to make you see. You were never fighting people. You were never fighting circumstances. You were never fighting yourself. You were fighting spiritual interference designed to exhaust you before your miracle arrived. And you survived. Not by accident, but by divine protection. Archangel Michael stood beside you through nights when your heart felt too tired to continue. He guarded you when you didn't even know you were under attack. He redirected you when your path was being influenced by energies that did not belong to you. You are not listening to this message out of curiosity. You are listening because heaven hath been guiding you toward clarity that will prepare and protect your miracle. Now let us go deeper into what your angel needs you to understand. Your life has been in a transition zone. A place where the old no longer fits, but the new is not fully formed yet. This in-between place can feel uncomfortable because it does not provide familiar footing. You may have felt disconnected from old environments, but not yet settled into new ones. You may have felt detached from old relationships, but not yet connected with the ones meant for your next season. This is what spiritual restructuring feels like. When heaven elevates you, it must first detach you. Detach you from illusions. Detach you from unhealthy connections. Detach you from limiting beliefs. Detach you from environments that can no longer hold your destiny. This is why the last few months have felt like a slow unraveling of everything you once knew. It wasn't loss, it was rearrangement. Heaven was clearing the foundation so your miracle would not land on unstable ground. You may also have noticed a heightened sensitivity recently. Small things touch your spirit more deeply. You notice energies more quickly. You detect dishonesty faster. You feel spiritual shifts even when no one speaks a word. This sensitivity is not weakness. It is spiritual sight strengthening. You are seeing beyond what the physical eye can interpret. Your angel has been increasing your intuitive radar because what is coming requires a version of you that can recognize truth instantly. Now allow this next revelation to settle in your heart. Something has been hidden from you, not in a malicious way, but because revealing it earlier would have overwhelmed you. Heaven waits to unveil certain truths until your spirit is strong enough to receive them without breaking. December 2nd is the unveiling moment. Something will come to light that will validate your feelings, confirm your intuition, and free your heart from lingering doubt. This revelation is not coming to hurt you. It is coming to close a chapter. There is someone or something in your life whose true intention has been unclear. Your angel had been shielding you from deeper involvement until the truth could surface. You may have felt confused, conflicted, or unsure about this connection or situation. But clarity is coming. And when it comes, it will not bring chaos. It will bring release. The moment the truth appears, your spirit will exhale because it will finally make sense why your heart hesitated, why your peace fluctuated, why your intuition whispered warnings you didn't fully understand. Not everything you lost was a loss. Not everyone who left was meant to stay. Not every door that closed was rejection. It was redirection. Sometimes heaven removes what your heart would still cling to, not because you are unworthy, but because the blessing ahead requires your hands to be empty and ready. You are being prepared to enter a season where your alignment, not your effort, opens the doors. When your spirit is aligned, everything else begins to flow naturally. This is why your angel has been taking you through this awakening, removing distractions, breaking emotional ties, and sharpening your spiritual hearing. Let this truth settle in your soul. The miracle approaching your life is protected. It cannot be stolen. It cannot be delayed anymore. It cannot be interfered with. But you must walk into it with full awareness. Heaven does not gift miracles to unprepared hearts because unprepared hearts cannot sustain long-term blessings. That is why this message is unfolding layer by layer, to prepare the soil of your spirit. Something deeper is also coming alive within you. You are no longer seeing yourself through the lens of who hurt you. You are beginning to see yourself through the lens of who heaven knows you are. You are shedding versions of yourself you outgrew long ago. You are rising into your real identity. Your story is not ending, it is beginning. Your journey is not breaking, it is unfolding. Your miracle is not distant, it is at your doorstep. The next revelation will bring everything together. What you hear next will tie the entire December 2nd warning into a single, powerful, undeniable truth. Type "I rise into my true identity" in the comments. Blessing code 660 is now released. My destined one. As you enter this final and most powerful unfolding of the message, I want you to feel the stillness that is settling over your spirit. This is not emptiness. It is divine positioning. It is the quiet that comes right before a revelation so profound it rearranges your inner world. Archangel Michael is closer now than he has been in this entire journey. His presence is firm, protective, empowering. He has walked you through every layer, guarded you through every unraveling, strengthened you through every revelation. And now, the truth that has been echoing over your life, circling your destiny, nudging your spirit and preparing your heart is ready to be spoken without hesitation. You have come to the moment your soul was meant to hear. December 2nd is not just a date. It is not just a warning. It is not just a shift. It is the threshold between who you were and who you are becoming. It is the boundary line drawn by heaven itself that says, This far was preparation. The next step is manifestation. Your miracle, yes, the very miracle that felt delayed, distant, impossible, or out of reach, is no longer approaching. It has arrived. But miracles, as powerful as they are, require understanding. They require readiness. They require awareness. This is why heaven would not allow you to skip this message. Your angel refused to let you walk past the instruction that protects the blessing you have prayed for. You may feel your heart beating differently right now. You may feel warmth, or a pull, or a quiet rising inside your chest. This is your spirit recognizing the truth. The battle has already been won. What you feared would break you has already fallen away. What tried to delay you has already been defeated. What attempted to confuse you has already lost its grip. You are not waiting for victory. You are stepping into the victory that has been waiting for you. Now listen carefully to this next revelation, because it is the essence of everything heaven has been leading you toward. Your miracle is connected to your release. Your release from old energy. Your release from old attachments. Your release from old wounds. Your release from old versions of yourself. Archangel Michael had been preparing you to let go, not out of loss, but out of liberation. Some connections have quietly faded because they were incapable of walking with you into this new season. Some opportunities closed because they would have trapped you in cycles you were meant to break. Some relationships weakened because their presence would have interfered with the clarity you needed. December 2nd marks the moment where the last emotional thread from the old season is cut, and your spirit steps fully into alignment. You are entering a chapter where your intuition will not whisper, it will speak with authority. Your peace will not be fragile, it will be rooted. Your discernment will not fluctuate, it will guide you like a compass placed by heaven in your chest. This is spiritual maturity. This is divine elevation. This is the awakening your angels have been waiting for you to step into. Now let this truth absorb into your spirit. The miracle that arrives on December 2nd carries instructions, blessings, protection, and purpose. It is not something you will have to chase. It is something that reveals itself naturally when you are aligned. It is not something you will have to beg for. It is something heaven prepared long before you prayed. Your tears were the seeds. Your endurance was the soil. Your growth was the opening. And your spirit, now clear, awakened, strengthened, is the vessel ready to receive it. You have survived what was meant to break you. You have risen from places that tried to bury you. You have awakened from seasons that attempted to silence your purpose. And now, heaven is rewarding you openly for everything you endured silently. There is also a final unveiling your angel wants you to understand. The reason you were warned so strongly not to skip this message is because the revelation you receive today will determine how you walk into the miracle tomorrow. If you had ignored this spiritual alignment, you would have entered your blessing carrying confusion, doubt, emotional debris, and attachments that could sabotage your future. Archangel Michael made sure that did not happen. He stood in your path and redirected your spirit because heaven is invested in your future. You are not an accident. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Your miracle is not random. It is appointed, scheduled, aligned, and sealed for your life. Now, as this message comes to a close, something sacred is happening inside you. Your past is loosening its grip. Your future is calling your name. And your spirit, finally awakened, knows the truth. You are stepping into the most divinely aligned season of your life. Take this knowing into your heart. You will not cry the old tears again. You will not walk in circles again. You will not be drained by old patterns again. You will not be pulled backward again. December 2nd is the day your life pivots. Your spirit rises. Your purpose awakens. Your miracle manifests. And your angel celebrates what heaven has been preparing all along. Before you leave this moment, lift your spirit in gratitude. You are stepping into a divine unfolding that will shift everything. Remember to like this message so it awakens others. Share it so someone else's spirit can rise. Comment to anchor this revelation into your soul. Hype this video with your energy so it reaches every person who needs this word. Subscribe so you never miss another message sent for your destiny. Type "I step into my miracle now" in the comments. Blessing code 999 is activated over your life. Just as you are stepping into divine alignment on December 2nd, this mission is stepping into its calling to awaken souls around the world. When you sow into this work, you are not giving to a channel. You are fueling a movement of light that heaven itself has breathed on. Your support becomes the oil that keeps this prophetic fire burning, reaching hearts that feel forgotten, lost, or on the edge of collapse. Scripture comes alive when God says He will open the windows of heaven, and today that promise extends to those who stand with His message. I speak this to you personally. When you choose to support through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, your seed becomes a prophetic act that heaven honors with multiplied blessing. You are not just helping, you are activating. You are not just giving, you are unlocking. And heaven commands. Step boldly, release your support, and walk into the blessing attached to obedience.